Hi, it's me, Tracy, your literary and tea time companion, inviting you to the library corner once again, and this time to share a love of manga and illustrated stories. Grab your cozy cup and join me back here. I've been wanting to share a little video about my love of manga, and I thought I would take my tea break today to do just that. I have recently read some really great manga series and illustrated stories, and I think I will just dip right in to the most recent graphic novel that I have finished, Monstrous Volume 4, The Chosen, by Marjorie Liu, and the artwork by Sana Takada. The Monstrous series goes over many volumes, and this is a graphic novel series which centers around Maika Half-Wolf, a teenage girl. She's living in a time, in a post-war time, and she shares a very mysterious link to a powerful monster, and it resides within her. And she's continually seeking to discover what is this monster that resides within her? Why is this linked to her? And what is the greater story linking her to the outside world along with this monster? So they are in continual danger and points of intrigue because of this monster and because of this time period where war is ready to break out again. There is a lot of political intrigue. There is a lot of things that deal with that, including slavery, racism, women. This is the artwork and the story is set in a 19th century matriarchal Asian world. There are women rulers here, which is very exciting. And the artwork style is just breathtaking. It's sort of a mix of steampunk meets Art Deco. It's just beautiful. It is so beautiful. Let me just share a picture here. It's a fantastic story. There are elements of horror here, so be prepared for that if you are new to this story. There's Kippa, the wolf child, Kippa. In volume 3, she was abducted. She was kidnapped and from her friends, and have been so worried. It was relieving to read that she is back with her friends. She is alive, back with her friends, and the story can continue for me now that she is safe. And Maika continues to make more discoveries about this monster, and the man on the cover of volume 4 here turns out to be her father, and he has a mystery about him as well. So there is so much to this story, and you really do need to read from volume 1. I can highly recommend this story. I'm working backward from a stack, so apologies for the rustling of books here. I also have The Lost Boy by Greg Ruth, a graphic novel for, I would say, teens to young adult. After Nate moves into his new house, he discovers an old tape recorder in his bedroom and is suddenly thrust into a dark mystery about a boy who went missing many years ago. Now, as strange creatures begin to track Nate, he must partner with Tabitha, a local sleuth, to find out what they want with him. But time is running out because a powerful force is gathering strength in the woods at the edge of town, and long before Nate and Tabitha will be forced to confront a terrifying foe and uncover the truth about the lost boy. Beautiful cover art. I really enjoyed this story. I don't like to give too many spoilers on this channel. If you've been here before, you might notice that. Every book is something for us to discover, and And the artwork is just really stunning. Let's find another page. It's really so well done. It's the kind of story that it kind of plays like a mini movie. Even though you have this visual, there's still a bit of an element of a movie. Like you could see this as a movie, like a short film. I really enjoyed this so much, and I would like to read more by this author. I came by this book rather randomly. I had been at the library, and I rounded the corner where the manga section is, and there was a small 3-shelf bookcase with illustrated stories and graphic novels in English, just sort of all by its lonesome around the corner. And that's how I found this. I was so glad that I did. This was just a fantastic read. I really enjoyed this one so much. And a series that I've just started and I had been wanting to read, Solo Leveling. Fantastic cover art. And this is a fantasy novel, a fantasy graphic novel. This was a webcomic originally, I believe. Known as the weakest hunter of all mankind, E-rank hunter Jinwoo Sung's contribution to raids amounts to trying not to get killed. Unfortunately, between his mother's hospital bills, his sister's tuition, and his own lack of job prospects, he has no choice but to continue to put his life on the line. So when an opportunity arises for a bigger payout, he takes it, only to come face to face with a being whose power outranks anything he's ever seen. With the party leader missing an arm and the only healer a quivering mess, can Jinwoon somehow find a way out? This was a lot of fun. The artwork is fantastic. I really enjoyed meeting Jinwoon, and it's kind of a sad story with him because he tries so hard, and he's trying so hard to bring a group of people to safety when it seems that he lacks powers, but does he? There's some mystery with his powers, and I look forward to trying volume 2. The pace of this story is fast, like lightning fast. I devoured this book in no time. It was a very, very fast read. It was really enjoyable, and I look forward to volume 2. A new to me series was Vampire Night by Mitsuri Hino. I did highlight this one in a recent video, a cozy read with me, a reading vlog. And I really enjoyed this series. This is volume 2. I've read volume 1. Cross Academy is attended by 2 groups of students, the day class and the night class. At twilight, when students of the day class return to their dorm, they cross paths with the night class on their way to school. Yuki Cross and Zero Kiryu they are guardians of the school, protecting the day class from the academy's dark secret. The night class is full of vampires. Fantastic art and story by the writer, and I really loved this story. Again, just great artwork. I loved this style. It's very dynamic. The story is very dynamic, very engaging. The characters are fun. I really love this one. I can't wait to get volume 3 and continue the story. This goes over many volumes as well. That's something I'm loving about a lot of these manga series. They have many volumes, so It's a very long drawn story, and it's just, I really love it. I love this one. And I've also been reading the Apothecary Diaries. This is volume 2. A story by Natsu Hyuga and the art by Neko Courage. I'm sorry, I really need to learn some Japanese, don't I? This is such a beautiful cover. And this is such a sweet story of Mao Mao. She is just so sweet. I'm sorry, I'm looking down at my notes. I don't want to forget to tell you anything. This centers around Mao Mao, and she's a young woman trained in herbal medicine, and she's working. She starts out as she's working as a servant, a lowly servant in an imperial palace, and she yearns for something outside of this enclosed imperial environment, and she has been given the abilities to test food for poisons, and she has an iron stomach, and she's up leveled from just an herbalist to testing the food for the emperor and his court. And there's often an element of mystery. Something has happened, and she is on the case to solve it. And in volume 2, when word of her accomplishments falls on the ears of His Imperial Majesty, Mao Mao finds herself tasked with a direct request from the throne. Turning down the emperor is out of the question for the former apothecary if she wants to keep her head. But while acquiescing this, the emperor is expected of all subjects, Mao Mao is about to discover that ladies-in-waiting have still more taxing duties to which to attend, as preparations for the garden banquet get underway. Concocting an aphrodisiac might be second nature to Mao Mao, but smiling prettily for the officials of the court could prove far more difficult. I love Mao Mao. She is at once sweet but very sassy. And again, the book is just, the illustrations are just amazing. I am loving this story of Mao Mao. And I'm really looking forward to volume 3 soon. And I of course have to tell you about Spy Family. If you've been here before, you might have known that I love Spy Family. I have mentioned it in a few videos before. I've been following that series. That is a very long series of books. I believe volume 15 will be available in English this autumn, October, I think. So that is very exciting. Spy Family, if you don't know a little bit about that, Master Spy Twilight is unparalleled when it comes to going undercover on dangerous missions for the betterment of the world. But when he receives the ultimate assignment, get married and have a kid, he may finally be in over his head. Not one to depend on others, Twilight has his work cut out for him, procuring both wife and child quickly for his mission to infiltrate an elite private school. What he doesn't know is that the wife he has chosen, Yor, is an assassin, and the child he's adopted, Anya, is a telepath. What a great combination. And I've just read volume 8, and the story is really developing fantastically. Yor, she's an assassin. She is working as a bodyguard on a cruise ship for a mafia family. Kind of a complex storyline there. You really have to read from volume 1 and move through the series for all of it to kind of make sense. Although because it's so much fun, you could pick up a volume off a shelf and just dip in and easily fall in love. I just fell in love with Spy Family from volume 1. And Lloyd and Twilight, as his real name goes by, and Anya, they are also on this cruise. Anya has won tickets through a raffle to be on this cruise. So it is just, I love Spy Family. It is just completely bonkers at times. But also there's just so much heart and examining the sort of very fragileness of our being alive and being human and interactions with others. And it's so much fun seeing this pretend family coexist, and they're not knowing really what each other is doing sort of behind the scenes of the family life. Apart from Anya, she's a telepath. She sees everything. She hears everything. She knows everything, even though she's just a very young child, 5 or 6 years old in this story. It's just an amazing story. And my husband TJ and I we have been watching the TV series of Spy Family and just having a fantastic time. We are almost finished watching the second season of Spy Family. So there will be more to come of the TV series as well. And I just can't wait to pick up volume 9. Do you read manga? Or do you enjoy graphic novels or illustrated stories? Please let me know in the comments below if this is a genre of reading that you enjoy as well. I think sometimes manga is considered something that just younger people read. I don't know if that's necessarily true. There are many stories that are manga or illustrated stories that are geared for the younger readership, but I feel like everyone of all ages can enjoy the manga and graphic novels. And of course, there are certainly things in this category that are geared towards adults. And I did want to share a few manga resources if you would be interested in that. I subscribe to manta.net, which is an online source for manga with fantastic manga stories. And just for a small monthly fee, you have access to hundreds of manga stories. Manta, I would say, is primarily stories with adult themes, just so you know. But there are lots of other online resources for manga. Manga Planet, Manga Town, Manga Dex, Manga Fox. Manga Fox is probably very ideal for younger readers, young adult readers. And there's Manga Plus. There is also Comixology and Inker, which has a very diverse manga content, as well as Korean webtoons and Chinese manhwa, which is Chinese manga. It's the same illustrated stories, and some of these are free, and some of them do require a fee if you want to read more. Most of them offer some things for free, but there are many that after a point you may be interested in paying the small monthly fee to read further from a series, or just read lots more that these sites have to offer. I've enjoyed so many manga series on Manta, Under the Oak Tree, which I really love, which I featured here a little while ago. There are just a lot of great series on Manta and other online sources. I really had great fun today sharing this with you, and I hope that you will leave me a comment and let me know if you enjoyed this too. This is a little bit different to my content that is more literary fiction, classic fiction oriented, but if you've been here a little while, you may have noticed diverse reading is is my jam. That's me. And so I might be sharing much more manga with you in the future. And I will be coming up with more literary adventures of all kinds very soon. I thank you for joining me today. I wish you happy reading, and as always, many blessings.